Hi there, Jimmy Cannon here, singer and voice coach, nurturing confidence through the power of the voice to deliver your message with presence and authority. Today I want to speak about fixing a breathy voice. What day is it? Yes, fixing a breathy voice. In singing, it can be a bit of an advantage to have a breathy voice because it can give you that kind of soul sound. See what I mean? But in speaking, it's okay. It's part of your character. It's part of who you are, but it might not cut through. You might not be being heard, and you might feel very conscious about having a breathy voice. So if you sound a bit like that and you want to be able to fix that, I'd like to give you 3 tips to find more closure and more bulk to your voice. Coming up. So tip number 1 is glottal onsets. Now we all use glottal onsets in 2 or 3 various forms, and the main one to use is what's called a hard onset. So actually the opposite of hard, and it would be ard. So it's an ard onset. And to do that, what happens is our vocal folds, which are our vocal cords here, they're closed before any air passes over them at all. And it's just like you're about to say something. So like that. And what happens is your vocal folds close, and the onset is the beginning or the start or the attack of the sound. So any words that have a schwa sound in them, unaccented a sound, so such as above. Let's just do that. Just do it with me. So just imagine that you're just about to say something. You just want to interrupt me, and you want to say, actually, Jimmy, actually. Okay, so let's just go actually together. Here we go. Actually, Now let's intone that sound now to really feel that attack. So you're taking a breath in, and then you're holding the breath, but you're stopping the sound from coming out here. So that's the attack, the onset of the sound. It's a really, really good way, and you can do it really silently. It's called a glottal pop, where you make this very, very, very light sound in while you're with the air just opening and closing the vocal folds or vocal cords like this. I'll do it close to the microphone so you can hear. And that's just air, just opening and closing the vocal folds. So, and then just connecting that to a voice sound, just to resonance, basically to phonation, is this. Now, the cleaner and the more adductive you can make that, the more closure you're going to get. And that's going to give you just more connection between the breath and the sound. So, So tip number two is the straw. Now, the straw exercise was invented by a chap called Ingo Tietz, and it's really, really effective. And what basically you do is you blow through the straw, but you blow sound, making sure that there's no air escaping from your mouth or your nose. So just make sure there's no air coming through your nose. Just pinch your nose as you're doing it. So watch me. And you're making a sound. Can you hear that? The resonance there through the straw. Now, without going into too much detail, the acoustic energy is elongated, and it's what's called a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. So the vocal tract is what comes up through the larynx here, all connected to your lungs, all the way through here. And the phonation starts here, but the acoustic energy is reversed and put back down your lungs and reverts back out again. And that creates a way to focus the energy more forward and changes that acoustic energy and stops your larynx from tightening, keeps it low, and also gives you much more closure of your vocal folds. Okay, so what I want you to do is I just want you to hum through the straw again, making sure there's no escaping air. Okay, so take a breath and now try doing a siren, so up and down your range like an American fire engine. Here we go. And get a little bit higher each time. And maybe lower. Now it might seem, I don't know if you can hear the difference, but I can hear in my head there's just more resonance, there's much more connection to the sound. My voice is very, very sort of, it's actually a bit too loud. I was like, that's too loud. I need to soften it up a little bit, make it a little bit more breathy. So that's where you start to vary the tone and just to balance the resonators of your voice. That's another video. But you can, I don't know if you can hear, but try it. If you can't hear it, try it. Try it with you, and you have to find a straw. Now, straws are very hard to come by these days. So you might want to raid your mother's larder to do that. So the thinner the better, they say. And that's what I've been told anyway. So shall I try? Normally I edit all these things where I'm waffling on out, but a very good friend of mine who's a fantastic cocktail maker, I won't mention his name, mentioned to me that actually he quite enjoys me waffling on about nonsense. So this time I'm going to keep it in. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if there's too many people that say, you know what, Jimmy, take out the waffle, I'll edit it out for you next time. But here we go. So we're going to try it again. Do the siren. Sing a song through. So let's do Happy Birthday. Okay, that's number 2. So the next exercise, tip number 3, is also a SOVT, a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise, and it's called the NG exercise. And what it does is it really connects again your vocal folds, and particularly the thyroarytenoid muscle, which is the thick muscle, the main muscle that helps your vocal folds stretch and contract. So, and that changes the pitch and the resonation of your sound. This is really good. So what you do is if you imagine the end of any word that has NG, so obviously I use the word sing, and at the end of that word, sing is an NG sound, and you hold it. So sing, what's happening is that your tongue, the back of your tongue, is touching your soft palate. Your soft palate is just further back than your hard palate. So if you put your finger in your mouth and you find your hard palate, just behind that is your soft palate. It's a little bit softer, obviously, than the hard one in front. Now, the back of the tongue is rising, and in fact, the soft palate is lowering very slightly, and they're touching, and that sends your sound or the resonance into the nasal passages here, like this. And at this particular time, I like to make a sort of a cod opera voice, a female opera voice like this. If you do it correctly, you can pretend it's someone else doing it and won't get into trouble. Now, Try that all through the range, just like the straw exercise, which was tip number 2. Go through it like a siren, so. Now, with that placement, the sound of your voice is going to be much more connected. It's going to be really resonant here in the nasal, the mask area, the nasal passages here. It's going to be very clear, you hope, clear for speaking. Hope that helps. Let's just recap. We've got the glottal onset, and that's that hard onset, not a soft onset or an aspirate, but a hard onset. Try that one. Tip number 2 is the straw exercise. So fantastic this is. You're going to get much more resonance, much more closure here, and it's going to give you just much more of a connection to your vocal folds and your breath. So, and tip number 3 is the NG placement. So that's the singing. Give those a go. Hope that helps. Please let me know in the comments below which one you like, whether you like the straw or the glottal onset or the NG or even all 3, and if that makes a difference to your voice. Speak soon.